Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. Let's talk about a controversy regarding the UPSC Civil Services exam. Now there is a question today. Should we allow repeated attempts at the UPSC Civil Services exam even by those candidates who are already in government service now, who have joined one of the services and who had found their name in the merit list, but now they again want to reappear in the exam because they want a better rank, they want a better service. Is that valid? Is that practical? That's the confusion all about. Now, before we get into the controversy, let's quickly recall how UPSC is a constitutional body established under Article 315, 315 of the Indian Constitution, and one of the most significant responsibilities of UPSC is to conduct the annual civil services exam through which officers for Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, IPS, Indian Police Service and many other Group A and Group B services are recruited each year. So, let's also remember how and when was it established. So, for your exam in general, it's good to remember that it was established back in 1926 as Public Service Commission. Much later, it was reconstituted as the Federal Public Service Commission by the Government of India Act 1935, and eventually it was renamed and constituted after independence, that's after 1947, as the Union Public Service Commission, which today we call as UPSC. Now, today there is a controversy. There has been a question about how many times can we allow candidates who have found selection in the exam to keep taking civil services paper repeatedly. Should we have an upper limit on the number of these attempts, or is it even practical to do that? Now, a significant number of candidates who are writing the civil services exam every year, they do not take their final selection as their ultimate selection, which means they always believe there is a scope of improvement in the service that they get. So what happens now? For example, if about 1,000 candidates have made it to the merit list, it's only about 300 to 400 among them who make it to the top services including IAS, IFS and IPS. While not all of them try to reappear, many still do. And then there are many other candidates who get many other Group A, Group B services who consistently reappear for this exam despite already being in a given government service. Is that a valid thing to do, or should we provide an upper cap to repeated number of attempts only to improve your position, only to improve the service, only to get the service that you really want to take up eventually? That's the big controversy for the day. So what is going on? The UPSC has now spoken about a new change, and the new change means a new rule that will limit, that will stop repeated attempts in the civil services exam by those candidates who are already selected into government services. So you may not get a chance to rewrite the exam for improving your rank this time, or for getting another service which you were initially aspiring for. And that has caused some dilemma, some confusion, some controversy right now. What will change if this rule is finalized? Then the IAS and the IFS officers can reappear for the exam only after resigning from their existing service. You cannot hold on to one government service and then rewrite the exam. Second, the IPS and other Group A service officers are allowed only one improvement attempt, and after that, resignation becomes mandatory to write the exam one more time. That's the big confusion here. If you really want to give the exam repeatedly, you may have to resign, pull out of the service in which you are serving right now. Why does the government want, why does the UPSC want to create this kind of a change? Was it really needed? Well, there are the pros and then there are the cons. As we look at why was this change even needed, we first of all see it as a fair thing to be done. It is almost like you are doing some justice to those who are writing the exam as fresh aspirants for the first time, because already selected officers who are reappearing in the exam again and again are also trying to take away opportunities for the new candidates. That's one problem. Now look at the administrative efficiency issue. Now officers who are preparing again, they either take leave, you need to take some off in order to do justice with your preparation. That's very natural. And either they will take leave or they will not be able to give their complete focus and attention to the assignment that they are doing in their current job, in their current service. So what happens? They may not be able to give complete attention to the work at hand, and that the government feels is about inefficiency. It's about injustice to the duty that you're serving right now, and this will affect governance and productivity on the part of officers. Now, as you examine the syllabus of GS paper 4, and when you prepare for that, you may have to study topics like probity, transparency, fairness, honesty, and the call of duty, where you will study various philosophical laws created by Immanuel Kant. You will have to study so many more principles that talk about the importance of efficiency when it comes to bureaucratic functioning, government functioning. And today, UPSC indeed feels that many of these elements like fairness to duty, the call of duty, may get compromised if your attention is diverted between the job that you're doing and once again preparing for the exam from scratch. Then it's also about public finances. The government feels training officers who later leave the service to join some other service or who disengage with the training that they have got, it leads to a wastage of public resources because the training is comprehensive. It's a lengthy training that requires government money. It requires expenditure, and now you invest in a human resource, and tomorrow candidates who receive the training either pull out of the job or they switch their service. It's almost like you are wasting public money. Now remember, we were talking about human resource investment. It could absolutely be known as another form of capital investment. As we were analyzing the budget this year, so many of us were talking about government's capex expenditure, capital expenditure, and I told you it should always be more important than revenue expenditure. Yes, but then investing in human resource is a very, very crucial aspect of capex. After all, we are creating assets for the society, and that gets wasted. Now, another thing is service hierarchy problem. How many officers are trying to reattempt the exam to switch to a more rewarding service of their choice, like Indian Administrative Service or Indian Police Service, which are usually associated with more power, more administrative, more administrative strength. And now what happens? This also shows some kind of an internal rift in the inter-service imbalance and the difference of prestige associated with each service, while all the exams that are conducted by UPSC, all the various services that you can get selected to by writing the CSC exam should be seen as equally prestigious. After all, it's not about benefit per se. It's always about being able to serve the government and society, and that's the main motive behind bureaucracy. And that here gets compromised because people then always have this presumption that services which attract slightly more power, services that is commanding more resource, will suit their personal interest. And now here you are therefore creating a kind of inter-service imbalance, that one is better or more desirable than the other. And that also creates a false notion of hierarchy when it comes to public service under UPSC. So these are certain concerns that the government has been raising. So is this reform valid or not? This reform aims to therefore create an equal field, a level playing field in the civil services exam, that let the new aspirants take the exam every year on a fresh note, and the ones who have made it to the merit list, even if they have not got their desired service, but at least they are doing a prestigious service under the UPSC, under the Indian government. So why should they keep rewriting the exam? Now, this policy should also encourage officers to be strongly committed to the service that they have joined already. That encourages probity. That encourages more sense of duty and commitment towards job and hence towards public at large. And in the end, it is a procedural reform that UPSC is today looking at to create a perfect balance between fairness, probity and efficiency in bureaucratic recruitment. So now, what's your opinion on that? Do you think it's a valid step to take? Or do you think it's an unnecessary step to take? It is depriving some people of opportunities, or do you really believe it is about creating an equal ground where people can compete on an equal basis? It also promotes respect for every service in which you get to serve the public. So do let us know about your feelings, your sentiments on the topic in the comment box. You can also post in the comment section of the Hindu newspaper class, and this is a quick QR code of the Telegram channel, my channel, where I keep sharing PDFs with you, current affair questions and important materials with you. So do join the community to take maximum benefit of UPSC notes. And now a reminder about the ongoing sale. We announce the rank booster sale, and in this sale we are offering a flat 50% off on all our courses, whether it's 26, 27 or 27 batch. If you enroll today, it's a limited time period offer, and if you enroll by using my code SPLIVE, then over and above this flat 50% off, you can get even bigger discount, a very humble price, and in return, what are you getting? For all these 3 courses, you get a guarantee of selection where I will personally also join your preparation, and all the experienced faculties and mentors will be there to support and guide you. But it's a limited period offer, so join now. Okay, thank you so much.